You'll hear me say a million times, I absolutely despise road courses on this game. For whatever reason, I cannot get it. With the expectation of a good run pretty much non-existent going into Canadian Tire, a starting spot of 9th was a happy surprise. And after maintaining the top 10 on the start, another happy surprise came in the way of the 13 spinning out, leading to stage points on a road course. For most of the remaining race, the 63 team hovered just inside the top 10, but unfortunately, a late pit stop was needed for gas.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
And a few moments later, caution came out to cause a 22nd place finish. At the track that had been the biggest struggle in the Dirt Series, the number 10 Polar Star team was sitting 22nd going into overtime. But suddenly, some speed was finally found at the track, and there was a late race surge for a top 15.
Right side, right side. All right, you're clear. Clear right. All clear. Left side, left side. Clear left. Car left. Right side.
Unfortunately, that surge ended with a thud. So now, PJ Moneymaker was on to Bristol.
All right, be smart out here. Going green.
Alright, what up everybody? Welcome to the final race of the round of 10. We are at Bristol Motor Speedway, aka the world's fastest half mile, so anytime you can take some short track racing and put a playoff berth on the line, that's always going to make for an exciting time. So, good thing for us in the 63 over here is because of how strong of a regular season that we had and decent enough performances in the first 2 races of the rounds. Pretty good spot to advance in the next round. Just don't do anything stupid to get a DNF pretty much at this point and then move on, but short track racing, I guess, anything could happen, so. So far, I've been mostly in these practices and qualifying laps. The goal times were closer to like mid 16.6s for me. I've been able to get down to about upper 16.3, lower 16.4s without traffic in front of me. It's been a little bit tougher sledding so far with all the trucks in front trying to pass through and all that, but yeah, it's been nice running at Bristol just because able to kind of run all over the track. Don't just have to run a specific lane, and I can pretty much kind of keep a normal time. So, not a whole lot of brake being used right now. Mostly just throttle control and trying to get through the corners decently. There goes a 16.5 right there. Yeah, right now I'm using the setups man's setup like normal, just because it was the most comfortable that I had, but I think he was able to get down to like a 16.1 when the game was originally out with this setup. And then I've seen others that came up with like closer to a 16 flat. Those were the ones that I was having the issues with, where I could put together a quicker 1 lap time with those setups, but not a consistent long, run lap or long run going with that setup. So trying to pass the 21 right now, see if I can get there. Not quite. Oh, hopefully if I can at least hold on and get some stage points, I'll go a long way for this race. Yeah, this isn't the first time I've been at Bristol, just the first time I've been at Bristol in the trucks. Because we had the 2 dirt races at Bristol on the Dirt Series side, and I think the first one was in Season 1, and I think that was the first time I had cracked the top 15 when we had the new team and everything starting out and all that. And then this year, We got a top 10, but we were running closer to the top 5. Just happened to have that weird ass accident that I ended up using for a YouTube short where a freaking wreck happened right in front of me and sent me freaking flying like a paper airplane or something, so. But yeah, so far I've enjoyed Bristol, as far as racing on it and stuff. Let's see if we can have a good run here. Looks like the 98 might take the stage win. We're sitting in 7th, and unless I do something crazy on this final turn, that's about where we're going to finish, so. Much as I wish I could get more positions, at least there's some stage points there, so that'll be nice. The 45 only dropped a spot, so looks like we're not going to pit for the end of stage 1, so let's see how we do in stage 2. Alright, still rolling off here in 7th for stage 2, so.
Alright, you're coming to the green.
The fortunately, with starting off 7th here in stage 2, gonna be at the bottom, so if I have to start up high, normally I try to get to at least the bottom right off the restarts and then work my way from there. I've had a little bit of an easier time passing down low than up top, although my lap times have been basically consistent, so. Yeah, growing up, when I first started getting into NASCAR in the early 2000s, Bristol was always like one of those top 5 tracks for me to watch. I want to say it was 02, so my second year of watching. That was when Junior and Ward Burton ended up getting into it at one of the Bristol races. I think that was the August race, where Ward ended up throwing his pads and stuff at Junior after they got in the wreck. And if I remember correctly, I want to say that same race is where Rusty Wallace and Jeff Gordon got into it too. I don't remember if it was that one or the very next year, but I just remember 04 was, you know, when Junior ended up sweeping a Busch Series and the Cup Series on the same weekend. That was the first time that happened, and being a Junior fan, that was super exciting and super fun weekend. But probably my favorite Bristol weekend, honestly, was 2007, I believe it was. I just remember it was like when Roush Racing kept winning every single Bristol race in August, it seemed like, but I happened to be, I was 16 going on 17, and I somehow let my mom convince me to get a tattoo, or excuse me, I convinced my mom somehow to let me get a tattoo. And to her credit, she was willing to let me do it. She signed all the paperwork and was there when I made the appointment, there when I got the tattoo and everything. But I just remember being in the tattoo shop for my first tattoo. We're watching the Bristol race, and they also had a Bucks Dolphins preseason game on, so we're all just chilling and watching that and eating some checkers or rallies up north. But and I had to be a smart mouth like a week later and say something to my mom about something, I don't know. Joking around, she punched me right in that damn tattoo. Memories. Yeah, that was part of the reason why I always wanted to go to Bristol, catch a race up there. But I've only been to Tennessee like one time, and I was passing third to, funeral service, so, oh shit. Oh no. Oof. Oh, thank God. Ooh. Alright, so, yeah, here's the race results. I'll kind of go through that real fast after that colossal fail. Shout out to my teammate finishing 4th place in the race. That Todd Gilliland won in 16th ended up being a pretty big deal because finish up the order. +7. This Todd Gilliland finished 16th instead of, top 10. Also took out Zane Smith with that one, so we made it. We survived. It was not pretty. And with everything resetting for the round of 8, there you go. So we are gonna, I don't want to say get a mulligan, but I know. Alright, let's see how we do on the dirt side real quick.
We're going green.
Alright, well,
Almost
I think
ready.
my pulse rate's still up after that Bristol race and not knowing if I had actually qualified to the next round or not. But I didn't choke like the rest of the NFC North did in the playoffs this year, so at least not yet. And we are on to the dirt series, which luckily no matter what happens in these final 2 races of the round, I'm already through to the final 4 because of the win that we had 2 races ago. So we're here at Fanatec Fairgrounds for this one, which has been a really good track for me over past basically 2 seasons. I've raced here 3 times and won 2 of the races, and the 3rd race was the 2nd place finish that I got beat on the last lap by Tony Stewart on. So I'm obviously shooting for another at least top 2, if not another win, but we'll see how this one goes. Right now it looks like Mark Hunter is about the only one that's kind of close to getting me. Everybody else is already 2+ seconds back, but trying to wreck like I was at Bristol.
Car on the outside now. All right, you're clear.
I can't be doing that too much. That sucked. You can say when I'm racing on this track because I'm trying to stay in the groove right now. Just put up some solid lap times. I seem to do better if I go toward the middle, going into the turn and come down low, but matter of being consistent with it because I don't usually like to run middle to higher ends. Got the 12 coming up.
All right, you're clear.
Mark Hunter's trying to pass on the inside, but I'm able to kind of keep him at bay for right now. Yeah, while we're here, shout outs to most of my friends and family up a little bit farther north. Talked to my sister the other day up in Michigan, and they were dealing with some wind chills that were like 20 below up there, so I do not envy them at all right now.
All clear.
We're at like 40-ish degrees right now. Jesus. Just got wrecked. Yeah, we've been at like 40 degrees, and I've been basically in shorts weather because of it. It was crazy though with my friend Matt. Was up in the Panhandle and stuff, showing all the snow up there, and it's between that and seeing Florida State covered in snow on the Doak Campbell Stadium and everything. That was wild scenes. See if I can track down that 77. My car feels slow now after absolutely getting bodied into a wall up there, but
Got one inside. Clear low, bud.
there goes Tony Stewart.
All right, you're clear. Got one inside.
Jesus Christ.
Fantastic job today.
Oh man, this was not my video, eh? Well, alright, that wasn't the best of videos we're driving, but that is what it is. We'll move on to the round of 8 in the truck series with Las Vegas. And over there on the dirt side, we just got 2 left. I think Charlotte's the next one for the final 4, so yeah, stay tuned. I'll kind of try to keep everybody updated because I don't know what the recording schedule is going to look like right now with kiddo on the way here probably pretty quickly after this video's sent out and everything. So everybody take care, and I'll get with y'all next time.